We're going to call a special meeting to order here at Port of Allyn. Do the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, very well. We will start with any public comment specific and limited to the topic of the agenda only for this morning's special meeting. We'll start with yes, Ken.
Can I get some clarification?
What's that?
You said it's specific only to the topic at hand.
Yeah. It's a special meeting. It's not, I mean, it's not a regular monthly second Monday of the month meeting.
Okay. I thought public comment could be about anything.
It is generally at the meetings.
Not regular meetings.
Regular meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, special meetings are specific to the topics at hand.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead then.
Okay.
Ken Van Busker.
Yes, sir.
Welfare. Commissioners, I'm curious why this special meeting couldn't wait until next week's regular meeting. Nothing in the posted materials explains the need for a special meeting. One of the agreement recitals cites a whereas in the 20-page agreement that the developer was denied service from Ocean and Water and Lake. But that recital fails to address or document section 4 requirements of RCW 53-08040 regarding consent. I do have a bunch of other information. You told me I couldn't talk about it, so I'll just give you a copy of this document.
Okay.
And you can make sure the other commissioners get it. It's regarding some activity that's gone over the past couple of weeks.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Van Busker.
Thank you.
I think you should change your policy on public comment.
Do we have anybody online that wants to make a public comment?
Yes, Brett.
Yeah, I would
What's
like
that?
to speak. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, Brad, who are you?
Pardon me? Are we good to go for public comment?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, we're asking you to unmute there.
Yeah, just on the screen, it said the host just muted me.
I see you're trying to talk, Mr. Carey, but I can't hear you. Hold
Right,
on. All right.
Okay.
We got you now.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, just a couple brief observations. Number one, I would recommend that after saluting our flag, that we approve the agenda and then also take roll call. Those are very simple steps. They're done very efficiently, but it's important to address the issue of the agenda and the approval of the agenda, because as a sitting commissioner, when I was a sitting commissioner, I would, especially on special meetings, I would always ask the director or whoever prepared the agenda, was it properly posted? Was it timely posted? Things like that. It basically just shows the public you're doing your best to follow the Open Public Meetings Act statutory requirements, especially for special meetings. General meetings, everybody kind of knows when those are and they can plan around it. But special meetings, especially in the Port of Tahuya, we always had a real concern whether or not they were even being posted in the right location, which is our local post office, and whether they were being timely posted, which is usually 24 hours in advance of a special meeting. So just an FYI there. And then the roll call, that serves as an audit for people that aren't present. And usually you'll excuse commissioners that can't be present if they have an excusable reason for not being present. Okay, taking off where Ken Van Buskirk left off, under the law of contracts, I'm not an attorney, but under the law of contracts, I do know that if any term in a contract is deemed illegal, it tends to nullify the entire contract. You can check with your attorney on that, but that's just in simplistic forms what I'm expressing. I read the 20-page contract in the recitals. And I think it's very imperative that the port specifically list the RCW 5308-040 that allows it to purvey water. And more specifically, under Section 4 of that statute, it says that you're only allowed to do water if you go through the process of looking at the other utility providers in that area, and they deny, in this case, it looks like Lakeland Water and Washington Water denied the Kitsap Housing Authority connections, then they also have to grant consent. And again, I'll just read it for the record. It says, provide such utilities or facilities on a reasonable and non-discriminating basis unless such other source or sources consents thereto. So the way I read that, and again, I'm not an attorney, but the way I read that is they have to consent thereto. I'm just curious, did Washington Water and Lakeland Village consent? In other words, if not going to provide water, I would see no reason why they wouldn't consent to the Port of Allyn providing water to Kitsap Housing Authority. It seems like that'd make the most sense. There is a possibility they could not consent thereto, but then Kitsap Water wouldn't be, or Kitsap Housing wouldn't be denied water. They could also just put a well in the ground and get going. So anyway, I would strongly urge that this agreement contain the compliance requirement of 5308-040, or at least note it in the agreement. Okay, that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yep,
Brad.
take care.
All right. I will note that we do have a quorum this morning, but Michael Curtin, Commissioner Mike Curtin could not be here. We have Commissioner Scott online. And is there any other public comment online there? We have nobody else here present.
Joe or June, do you have any public comment?
Mr. Cedarlin or anybody else online wants to make a comment? Okay. All right, I'll note that we don't have a response, so we don't have anybody else that thinks that want to make a public comment online. All right, Commissioner Scott, did you want to have any discussion on this?
Well, I too have read through the document. I did have a question if Kitsap Housing was interested, or maybe it's too early to even tell, were they interested in a latecomer reimbursement at all?
No. They didn't
Okay.
indicate.
That's really about my only question. Other than that, it was duly noted what Brad and Ken had to say about consent, I guess. Just having that little line in there, I mean, the fact that they denied them shows that they can't and they won't. So it would be an assumption that they consent to allowing us to provide water. That's generally how we had understood that before. But other than that, this was written up by our attorney.
Yeah,
So I didn't see anything that was, it looks like all the bases were covered to me, more so than many that I've seen. So I appreciate that.
yeah, I looked through it too, and both councils on both sides, our council and the other, put this together. Did you have something you want to add to that?
No, Commissioner, you just stated it.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Any further discussion on that, Commissioner Scott?
None for me.
I've
Go
looked
ahead.
at it. I don't have any, it's pretty straightforward in my opinion.
You need a motion to approve?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Okay. I will move that we accept this developer extension agreement with Kitsap Housing.
I second. Go
If I
ahead.
may, and the executive director's authority to sign.
Yes,
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, with that correction, that with the authority for our executive director, Travis Merrill, to sign.
I second that motion. All in favor?
And
Aye. All right, so moved. Thank you.
Yes.
That is all we had for this morning's special meeting, so we are adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.